Yup. Peep Game. The movie starts in 1845, where Logan is being nursed back to health by his greatest showman father, while Victor's in the corner mean mugging because his dad went to go play PS4 with Uzi. But unfortunately, bro left for milk and came back with a half-empty bottle of Hennessy, so he's at the door screaming at the top of his lungs for this nigga right here. And he musta knew it was gonna happen, because as soon as he heard that shit, he said, Kid, go get your pop. He was willing to throw this child at his alcoholic father to duck a fade. Twin leaves the room and gets switched down almost immediately, waving his double barrel around talking about, James, there's things you don't understand. But that response to killing his pops was so fucking lame that the X gene itself reacted on its own to kill his fuck nigga. Turns out that was his actual dad, and his mom has been piping the field hand on the side, I guess. So in the Fox cinematic universe, Wolverine and Sabretooth are blood related, and they make this brotherly pact to run any fade for the next 200 years. Much different from the comics where he meets Sabretooth and it's just smoke on sight. They just happen to have similar powers and fucking hate each other. The type of op you need to wear a shiesty at a McDonald's for.
I hate you, nigga. Let's die. Right now. Pull up. If you pull up, and whatever one of us is standing, the other one go to jail, the other one die. I hate you that much. Fuck you.
Logan and Victor continue to throw hands through every major conflict in the last 2 centuries. They pulling these maneuvers off like they duo queuing in Battlefield. Dare I say locked in like Dante and Virgil, if Virgil looked like Diddy and also committed war crime, forcing the military to spend damn near a week pumping rounds into these niggas, which must have been a religious experience for them soldiers. Watching these niggas instantly heal from 56,000 bullets. I'd have thought the Lord himself just disagreed with their death. Stryker struts in and offers them another chance to serve their country, meaning he must not know these niggas are straight turkey bacon flavored, maple syrup covered serpents. They cut to a shot of Stryker's new team in a plane, and that's Wade Wilson right there. Is he hiring exclusively Canadians? What the fuck is going on here? They get to Nigeria for this operation where fake ass Deadshot kills everybody in this military base with ebony and ivory. Good example of how you cannot aura farm without planting the right seed. Like, who are you, nigga? We don't care that you can do that, bro. Every single person on this team is literally immune to bullets. Stop fucking flexing and get back to work. Wade is yapping hard as hell on the elevator trip up, pops a Daredevil reflect fresh out the elevator, even goes bullet time and slices around out the air, and slimes these last two out before Mutombe can grip his common hunting rifle. Turns out Stryker was looking for an adamantium meteorite, which leads him to question some people in the village who see the giant shiny metal rock is sacred, and they don't like threaten his life or something. They just start indiscriminately murdering everybody. Niggas are grinning ear to ear at the chance to slaughter villagers. Logan like, nah, this shit foul. This ain't what we came here for, right, bro? Right?
All y'all going ahead.
So Logan takes his dog tags off and walks in the opposite direction. Settling down 6 years later, bumfuck nowhere in Canada. Got himself a big-nosed baddie and a nice lumberjack job. When Stryker pulls up on him at his place of work, claims that somebody's hunting down their old team.
So shooting first, asking questions later?
Like, you know, cook it up. But they use that.
Damn!
Inside.
He brushes that shit off and goes to link up with Kayla, only to see the love of his life rolled into an op pack. Sabretooth is probably talking shit on live as we speak. Logan and Sabretooth can't even get drunk, yet he's still tweaking in his bar just waiting for Logan to throw hands, and wastes absolutely no time getting busy. And how you know Sabretooth is really cooking is when he flipped the food. Niggas getting rotated like Uncle Roger's fried rice. Heard at least 4 to 5 bone crack sound effects in this one clip. Sounds like he's putting him through the literal blender. Stryker's outside of his hospital room when he wakes up. Agrees fully to have the adamantium coated onto his skeleton, which is crazy to me. That shit sound like it hurt. Got a whole room of people watching him get drilled and injected, screaming like he is receiving the most toothy head in existence. Like bro's getting stroked with the hole of doom. So hard that he fades from this mortal coil, but revives just in time to hear Stryker plotting on his downfall. Wants to Bucky Barnes this nigga and erase his memories.
We taking him to the island?
No. We'll use his DNA for the 11. Erase his memory.
I think you heard you.
You just gave this nigga a +50 defense, and you didn't have one contingency if this nigga didn't want to get Men in Black. He's foolish. Logan dives into this waterfall to escape the military base, sinks to the bottom of the ocean, and dies. Or at least that's what should have happened. That nigga's skeleton weighs like 800 pounds. Instead, he finds a farm and runs ass naked into their barn. And these Canadians really proving how they the sweetest Care Bears on the planet. Because even after coming face to face with a full natty 12-incher, they not only fed him and gave him some new drip, they even handed him this $17,000 Harley. Whoever their son was had mythic tier loot, and it all just got given away to what could have been a crackhead. And Agent Zero uses this wholesome moment as a chance to quick scope on that. Nigga was probably itching his neck for the last 2 hours waiting to slime somebody, because this type of double tap on a 90-year-old woman is just not necessary. It must have been 2 hats off from getting his kill streak, because right after he calls in an airstrike to turn the entire scene into a Michael Bay movie. Smile faded fast as hell when he saw Wolverine pop out on the Harley. They try to chase him down, shooting rounds out of the opcopter, but even if you were to get a shot off, he shot bro directly in the head earlier. He knows that won't do shit. In fact, he just survived a head-on explosion and his clothes are not even tarnished. Even the Burberry belt has a healing factor, and when they try to get in close, he just cuts the minigun barrel in twain like the end of one of those knife sharpening videos, and hijacks one of the guns to shoot down the helicopter Just Cause 3 style. Facing certain death, Agent Zero ups the rocket immediately, but unfortunately for him, Logan is the second greatest hooper in the Marvel universe, so he uses the hang time from this godlike vertical to cut every single wing off this bitch. Dismantled like the RC toys I got on Christmas the first time you fly one of them hoes. Tells Stryker over the phone to send better ops, and then blows up Agent Zero, whoever the other guy was. But man, that is what I love to see. Wolverine is like one of 3 live-action superheroes that do not care about you. They are not trying to save lives. In fact, quite the opposite. Any one of these niggas would slime you out on a Tuesday afternoon for the slightest inconvenience. Like right after the scene, bro goes to hunt down his old team. Finds out that Dukes has gained 2 Lizzos worth of weight. An entire rod wave if you're not a fan of the metric system. And as soon as bro start lacking on the information, Wolverine put on the boxing gloves and proceeds to use the most effective interrogation technique known to man. Blunt force trauma. Shit works almost too well. Has bro singing like 6ix9ine giving up social security numbers. But I'm 90% sure a 10-piece nugget would suffice. Do you really think this nigga wouldn't fold for a Baconator? Now the information he gets out of the blob isn't quite what he wanted to hear. Whole time Stryker was working with Sabretooth so Logan would agree to be a test subject. In fact, they happen to be running a drill on Scott Summers while they're talking about it. Stryker's been rounding mutants up on this prison island like absolute Joker, and the only known person to escape is named Remy LeBeau. So he heads to the south to go track down Gambit. Leaves Wraith outside at the door while he handles shit. When Victor pulls up talking the craziest shit imaginable. Like, why is he fixing his mouth like this towards the teleport? We get your immortal gang, but teleportation is godlike power. There is no reason why this nigga couldn't teleport a steel ball into his head and just lobotomize, but instead he chooses the stupid option of trying to jump him as one person. Takes all of a couple seconds for Sabretooth to download his move, and he might as well have been flipping pages how easily he read this nigga's backdash. Back inside, Gambit smells federal agent all over Logan, so he blasts bro through the wall with the whole deck, just in time to see Wraith getting harvested for his genetic material. But Logan could give a fuck less about that. All he can see is an enemy stand user in his vision. They rush at each other, but Logan gets a counter off, and he's a wrist flick from getting his revenge. When Gambit flies in, right clicking from the top rope just to bayou bash the whole pavement. Sabretooth runs to live another day, while Wolverine stays to disrespect Gambit. Gang gets so scared he scurries up a fire escape and almost starts bawling watching Logan tear this shit apart. And like everybody else after getting their ass beat, he's pretty compliant. Kindly escorts him via plane to the island so he can finally get his faded run back with Sabretooth. He slides in on Stryker mid-operation, ready to air out the whole room then and there, and Stryker sees it fit to pull out his ult. Kayla was an inside agent the whole movie. He kept her sister hostage in order to force her to keep tabs on Wolverine. For some reason, this changes his whole perspective and he decides to leave without killing anybody, but that does not align with my GOAT's character. My glorious king comic Wolverine would hear some shit like that and add you to the op pack that he's gonna smoke on after murdering everybody in this building. He spent 200 years sliming niggas over less, but in this movie he doesn't slide back until he hears Kayla screaming from Sabretooth ripping her up, runs in and starts putting his belt on Sabretooth's ass. But in the end decides to spare his life with literally nothing else to do. He helps Kayla get her sister and all the other mutants off the island, her sister happening to be Emma Frost. So in order to get them back in their cages, Stryker turns on his best project yet, Deadpool.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Yeah, they did my nigga dirty as fuck for his first live action appearance. I didn't even know this shit was supposed to be Deadpool as a kid. They literally made this nigga a merc without a mouth. The writers must have genuinely hated this character. He rushes at Logan, katanas in hand, trying to immediately take this nigga's spinal cord off. There is no wasted movement. All he's looking for are kill shots. So not only is this nigga a hand-to-hand god weapon specialist, he also has a healing factor. Rationally, Wolverine should get no diff because he's like Superman. Most of the time, neither of them know how to fight, and both of those niggas rely solely on the fact that their enemy can't do anything to them. And as you can see here, yeah, that's about right. You have to genuinely think you're cooked any other way if you climb all the way up a nuclear reactor. Must have forgot he had that John Wraith pack flowing through his system. Deadpool instant transmissions to the top and Wolverine's looking like... and almost dies to a game of peekaboo, just playing with his food doing flips to turn Logan into a kebab. And it would've worked too if it wasn't for that meddling sabretooth. Saves him from a catastrophic fall and they go back to back like Tony and War Machine. And that's when Deadpool just decides to lock in. Thanos is in her David Rice and starts hopping these niggas like he's in that Mahito scene, but he's the only one doing the jumping. So the duo pull a maneuver to make sure he can't teleport, and then put a blade in his ribs. But you have to come with a better plan than that for a nigga with a healing factor, especially when he can teleport. He just now decides to up the eye cannons and steadies his aim to rip Sabretooth's body apart with kinetic force. But all Logan do is listen to NBA Youngboy and smoke cigars, so a little bit of heat never stopped him from getting the job done. And decapitates this fuck nigga so fast he doesn't even know his head is gone yet. During the mutant's prison escape, Kayla got blamed in the stomach, so Logan picks her up and starts walking off in the sunset. If only they would let my nigga have a happy ending. Stryker kept one good piece of adamantium to forge into a bullet, the only thing tough enough to pierce Logan's skull at the moment. Decided to bring a 6th round to a showdown with Wolverine. It'd be far more practical to use a bolt action and stay as far as possible away from this animal. And I know Logan killed his top shooter, but if you're gonna take the shot, you might as well line that shit up the first time. Bro missed 5 point blank and almost got tragically game ended, but his plot armor kicks in and he hits a perfect bullseye, wiping Wolverine's memories clean. He then goes over and gears up to shoot Kayla in the face with what, imaginary bullets? But Kayla uses her mutant ability to make him walk in the opposite direction, leaving Logan in the middle of nowhere, very fucking confused. If you want to see when the Hulk and Wolverine took turns hunting each other down, watch this video. And besides that, like, subscribe, and
pull up in a brand new whip with a new exhaust and shit. Right with a brand new kit. I got sauce on my wrist. Don't touch me, nigga. You do not exist. I'm back on my shit. On some brand new shit. Yeah.